Hi guys, welcome to Happy Visas. My name is Philip Port and today I'm going to be speaking about relationships. I'm a strong believer in behind every great man there is a greater woman. And the reason why I'm doing this video, I'm going to tell about my experiences. I've been watching on the internet, social media, a lot of men giving advice what to do if you catch your partner, if you catch your wife, your girlfriend being unfaithful. And I got absolutely slaughtered for saying, do nothing. You get that woman and she's unfaithful. Why should you do nothing? Well, my reasoning behind that was, it's better to have loved than never loved at all. Unless you're in that 20% of men that get 80% of the women, a lot of men can never find a girlfriend. A lot of men are not, we're not Brad Pitts, we're not rich, we don't have these assets that women look for. Women are looking for good providers, they're looking for handsome men, they're always looking above themselves, they're looking for something special, and most men don't fall into that category. Do you want to lose your properties? Happened to me. Do you want to lose your family? Happened to me. So I wish I would have just kept quiet. I didn't go off social media, I didn't let it influence me, but it's often better not to do anything. So I've had 4 types of relationship. I'm not going to put them in any order. I don't want my exes all complaining, so I don't want them to know who they are. So I would say I've had women that give me a lot of mental abuse. I've had women that give a lot of emotional abuse. I've had women that are extremely violent. I mean, incredibly violent. When I say women, I've only been in 4 long-term relationships in my almost 57 years. And my current relationship, number 4, is, my wife doesn't do a lot. Pretty lazy, but she does drink beer. We are compatible and we've been together 10 years. Now, as I said, behind every great man there's a greater woman. And what do I mean by that? Is, obviously you're successful to get the woman often. Often women are looking for successful men. So you've already made it. You've already got the success. That's how you got the woman in the first place. But if you don't have a great woman behind you, she will quickly bring you down. You will quickly lose your family. You will quickly lose your business. You'll quickly lose what you've achieved in life. So that's why I say behind every great woman there is a great man. I do love the women in England, I do love the women in Russia that they go out and get jobs, they work, they contribute, they do bring something to the table. And and to tell you the truth, I joined Fathers for Justice. And I left after 2 sessions because I realised the men were mad, and I'm thinking, wow, am I that mad? So, women, in some instances, they do have grounds, they do have reasons for divorce. So I don't want to sound like it's all one way, it's not. But, I had a relationship where I married an extremely wealthy woman. I mean, she was not very wealthy, but her family was. I didn't realise that until 6-7 months into the relationship, and I thought, wow, that's my pension sorted out. I never have to work again. But when you're in that type of a relationship, you spend a lot, and I spent all my savings. So when I left that marriage, when I was told to leave, I had nothing. I was back to square one. I'm thinking, wow, there's my pension gone. I've been in relationships where, you've got to think of what you say, what you do. Every question, there's no right answer for me. In the end, I was absolutely amazed that the person I was living with could even dream up so many questions where there was no right answer for me. Absolutely amazing. I take my hat off to her. I've been in emotional relationships where all they do is fall on the floor, scream, shout, look, he beats me. I'm thinking, wow. And they often do it when they want to get you out of their lives. When they've met somebody else, they want you out of the house, want to bring somebody else in. And then when it doesn't work, they try to get you back. And by then you've moved on. It's too long. You've lost your business. You've lost your property. You've lost your family, and it's impossible to go back. Even if you wanted to go back, it's just, really, almost impossible to do that. The other type of relationship is the violent one. I was with a lady for 4 years. I haven't had many relationships, by the way. I'm talking about, I've had 4 long-term relationships. As you can see, I'm not Brad Pitt. I wouldn't be blogging if I was rich, probably. So obviously I'm pretty poor. But yeah, the violent ones, you wouldn't believe the things that happened in that relationship. She used to beat the crap out of me and then call the police, say I hurt her. One time she took my toothbrush and cleaned my shoes, and then said, why am I using my old toothbrush? Use the new toothbrush. And I said, why? Because she said I cleaned my shoes. I said, why you leave it there? Another time, money had gone missing from my wallet. And she found it under the radiator. I said, look, have you seen my £20? And then I got a good beating for that. But the only good thing is when you're with these violent women, you get sex afterwards. It's their way of, I don't know if it's their way of saying sorry, I've got no idea. But you do get good sex afterwards. So that was something to look forward to after I'd had my face scratched, hit on the head. It was madness. Sometimes the ambulance was called. I was scared. I was a lot bigger than her, but I was pretty terrified sometimes. I think that the best relationship probably is the woman that wants to do nothing, no motivation, no aspirations. I always thought I was the problem, and then I've been with my wife now for 10 years, probably 11 years actually. We've got a beautiful son. We've never really had an argument in that 11 years. I realised I'm not damaged goods. I realised I wasn't the problem. And again, I'm not trying to sound my own trumpet. And, if any of my exes are watching this, I'm sure they're going to disagree. But every one of my exes wanted me back. They always tried to reconcile. They always kicked me out. They always left me. But they always wanted me back. I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm nothing special, but I am a good provider. I am hard working. And, and getting back to that, it's better to have loved than never have loved at all. You leave your wife and you move on. You might be single for 4 or 5 years. What are you going to do then? Women are looking for good providers. Women are looking above themselves. So you've got to really, really think long and hard, or have a plan B, have a mistress, do what they're doing. If you're going to move on, make sure you've got somebody better, somebody, who's going to, help you in life, somebody who's, going to compliment you and make you a better person, make you more successful. And unfortunately, that is very, very hard to find. It's not that easy. So that's my take on it. If you women are, like for example, a man, doesn't matter if she's a waitress. You could be a billionaire, and if she's a waitress and she makes you happy, you'll marry her. But a woman is always looking for better than her, and rightly so. Rightly so. It's I get that. You've got to be a good provider for the family. You've got to be, providing for the kids and things like that. So I do get it. I remember a story a long time ago. I was, about 15 years ago when I fell on hard times. I'm still on hard times, to tell you the truth. I was teaching a group of 6 attractive women, and they chose they chose the topics. I was teaching them English, and they chose relationships. So one of the questions I asked, would you ever marry a man for his money? And it was a great answer. It was in Moscow. It was a great answer. And they said they would never marry a man for his money, but they would never marry anybody poor, without, potential, without something going for them where the woman had hope. So yeah, that was about 15 years ago, and I've always remembered that. But anyway, guys, just to recap, I've had in my life emotional women. I've had women that give me a mental abuse. I've had women that have given me violence, and I've had women that are lazy, don't really want to work, don't want to do much, and that's the 4 type of relationships that I've been in. If you ask me which one do I prefer, they all had their advantages and their disadvantages. So yeah, I'd probably say I would like the lazy one who just wants to stay at home, makes me happy, gives me a hug and a kiss. That, you know, us men, we're very, very simple. We're you know, we don't need much. So guys, if you like this video, please like, please subscribe. I'm about to put buy me a coffee. I don't get paid for my views and my opinions. A lot of people think because maybe they think because my opinions are useless. I don't know. So anyway, guys, yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.